Welcome back to Create, Nourish, Move. Today I have a cozy yoga flow for you. So as the weather gets colder, when we have chilly days, it's hard to get out of bed, we feel a little bit lazy, and we want to stay warm. So this is a flow for that. We'll still get to move the body a bit, but we'll take it slow and be nice and warm. You might want to have a blanket nearby. It doesn't have to be a yoga blanket. It can be any blanket you have at home, a towel. You don't need it, but just in case you would like to have that. And you can wear a sweatshirt, be cozy. Hopefully you're in your own house and you can snuggle up and do your practice. So we'll start on our backs, please. Lay down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and the knees wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your hands to your belly to weight yourself down. Breathe into your hands. Feel them lift a little. And then exhale. Feel the navel drop back and down towards the floor. Again, inhale. Fill into the belly. Now bring your hands to your ribs. Fill into the ribs. Now bring your hands to your collarbones. Fill all the way up towards the top of your chest. And then feel the chest release, the ribs release, the belly drop. Again, like that. Fill belly, ribs, chest, and exhale. And as you lay here on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana with the knees wide, you can start to layer on your Ujjayi breath. So it's a slight constriction in the back of your throat, like you're fogging a mirror with lips closed. So the breath is audible, but not vigorous, not too hard, so you're not overexerting anything, but you can hear the breath and it's heating. It's heating for your system. A couple more rounds in and out so you can hear your breath. And then use your hands on your knees to close the knees together. Lift up your hips, slide them to the right side of your mat, and then drop the knees to the left as you open the arms out wide to a T. So knock the right shoulder down towards the ground, and you can turn the gaze out towards your right hand. Take a breath in and a breath out. And you can stay here or extend your right leg straight so it might meet your left hand. And then if you have that, try to roll the right hip crease towards your left big toe to make more space in the right side waist. Settle. Nice and warming and cozy on your yoga mat. And then come back to center. Tap the toes down towards the ground. Slide the hips to the right side of your space. Drop the knees the hips to the left, knees to the right. And you can use your hand on your left knee and just guide the knees down so they're really solid. Send your left shoulder towards the floor, and you might straighten out the left leg and send it into your right hand. Or you can just stay with bent knees and enjoy the subtlety of this twist warming into your body. Sometimes the hardest part of practice is getting your yoga clothes on, rolling up your mat, and going to the studio. But this is a great alternative. Just roll out of your bed, nice and cozy, onto your mat. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. One big rock up. And we'll come into a tabletop position. So the knees come underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders, and actually make it a little longer of a tabletop today so the hands go out a little more. So the wrists are at a diagonal from the shoulders, and we'll make some circles here. So shift the hips towards the ground, towards the right, towards the back, left, forward, down, right, back. So you might feel some popping and cracking. Allow that to smooth out with your movement and your breath. Switch directions. You can keep the toes curled under or untuck, whatever feels good to you. Staying low to the ground. And the next time you come forward, come a little bit more forward so the hips can drop towards the floor, and we'll come all the way down towards a cobra. So bend your elbows, keep the hands in line with the wrists, squeeze the elbows together as you press through the tops of your feet to unravel the chest open. And then exhale, take it all the way down. Hands under the shoulders, come up a little higher, but stay low and grounded through the hips. And then exhale all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, back through your knees. Big toes together, knees wide, sink your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. And now bend your elbows, bring your palms together. So namaste hands, prayer hands. And then bring the thumbs to the back of your neck. Wiggle the triceps a tiny bit away from you so you feel a stretch in the backs of the arms. And let the hips go heavy back towards your heels. Take a breath in here. And a sigh out. A big breath in. Fill the lungs in all directions. And a breath out. Hands go forward. Come back into your tabletop position. And from here, walk the hands out for puppy pose. So Anahatasana, the chest will go down towards the floor. You can either rest your forehead on the floor or the chin, but we don't want to strain out the back of the neck. So find a place where you can stretch underneath your arms, open the chest, and not have any pain or tension. Warm into the shoulders. So you want the elbows to be hovering. So the heating here is coming from the back body. So you press through the palms. Let the chest drip down. And then come on up, hands under the shoulders. Bring your right knee towards your right shoulder and then towards your nose. Again, towards your right shoulder from tabletop and then towards your nose. Step your right foot in between the hands. Scooch the left knee back a little bit and then straighten your right leg out. Open the hamstrings. Toes flex and spread towards you. Bend back into the knee, right knee right over the ankle. Sink the hips down and then straighten back out, heart towards your toes. Inhale, bend the knee. Spine goes long. And exhale, straighten the leg out. Come back to bent knees. Bring both hands to the inside of your right leg. Firm in through the hands. And this is lizard pose. So you can stay upright on the arms or you can come down onto your forearms. Nice and cozy, body in towards the leg. I like to keep my back toes tucked under here for some more structure in the body, but you can untuck them if you can keep the energy through the back leg, and you can just wiggle here from side to side. Take a full breath and empty it out. Good, solid. Through the foundation of the pose, which is your right foot, your hands, whether you're up on hands or on forearms. Stay for a few more rounds. And then come back onto hands and knees. So right knee comes back towards the left. And we'll lower again, knees, chest, and chin. So come all the way down towards the belly. Bring your hands out towards Sphinx pose. So wrists are directly out from the elbows. And then you'll bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand for the inner arch of your left foot. And you can just hug the heel in towards your left butt cheek here, or you can start to spin the fingers forward if you need more of a quad stretch. Ground the left hip into the mat and then press through your pelvis to lift the chest. Good, so big stretch into the quads. It's the part we forget about a lot. And then left leg goes back. Bring your forearms down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Come back onto hands and knees. We'll get the other side on the way out. So left knee comes towards your left shoulder and then in towards your chest. Bring your left knee towards your left shoulder and then in towards your chest. Step it all the way through in between your hands. Straighten your left leg out towards a runner's lunge. And then bend back into the knee. Spine goes long. Keep the belly off the thigh. Exhale, open the hamstrings. Straighten the leg and bend. 2 more times like that. Bend and straighten. 1 more. Bring both your hands to the inside of your left foot. Slide the right knee back a bit and stay in your lizard pose. So it might be right here and you can stay up on your hands, or you turn the elbows down and sink in a bit lower. Press down through the ball of the left foot. Bring the spine long and the chin can drop down towards the chest. If you keep that long spine, try to keep the right hip lifting up a bit too so you're not sagging down there through the right side of your body. And let the breath warm you. So again, that ujjayi sound, ocean sounding breath, and it's just to heat up and bring some inner warmth to your system. Up onto your left hand and then your right hand. Slide the left knee back to meet the right. Walk the hands out, lower your chest and chin down towards the ground. Come back to your Sphinx pose, wrists out from your elbows, arms like a number 11. Now bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand for the inner arch of your right foot, and either heel just comes towards bottom or fingers spin forward and the elbow points up. If you can't reach, just reach back towards the foot and let the heel come in. It's still going to be a quad stretch for you. So the heel goes in towards the outer right hip. Bring more weight into the right side so you're not weighing down the left elbow and side of your leg. Lift the chest up. Feel the thigh open. Full breath in. And long breath out. So this kind of movement in the morning can help us to get out of bed, face our day, stay warm. Let the right leg come back behind you, back towards your Sphinx pose. Widen the fingertips, wider than your mat. Come up, Cobra. And exhale, turn in. Bring your hands under the shoulders again. Back through hands and knees, big toes touch. Bring the knees really wide and then melt the chest down. One more time, child's pose. Chest down inside of your knees. This time, we'll bring the hands over towards the left so we can stretch out the right side body. So sink down through the upper body and you'll feel underneath the right arm, the intercostal muscles, the right rib cage start to open. Either rest your head on something or your chin down. You can stretch the right fingertips a little further away from you than the left ones. And then back through center, over towards your right. Left fingertips stretch away, pull back so the left side opens. Let the hips stay heavy. Let the breath keep warming you, soft and smooth, heating. Gently stoking a fire in the system just through your breath. And then come back to center. Walk your hands up, bring the knees together, and we'll end laying down. So lay all the way down on your backs. This is the time where your blanket can come into play. So if you had a blanket or a towel, I like to fold it up and place it on top of my belly. So you can lay it down, blanket over your belly just to help ground you. This is your Shavasana, your final rest, your final grounding. So as the weather is cold, it's super helpful to just turn into a bit more grounding practice with something slower, something more solid, not a lot of jumping around, not a lot of overexertion. We do enough of that this time of year. So let these last few minutes fill you up and relax you. So you have a heating in the body, but with a relaxing, calming feel. Nothing left to do. And you can stay here in your resting posture for as long as you wish. You can pause the video and stay, or turn over to one side. Pause there for just another moment or two. Feel the imprint of your practice in the body. And then push down through your hands. Come all the way up towards your comfortable seat. Join the palms and drop your chin towards your chest. Send yourself gratitude for taking time to warm up with your yoga practice. Namaste. And stay wildly well.